Matt and Colby at
an undisclosed location.
Alright. We're gonna give you some words of wisdom to start this podcast off correct. Matt?
Childhood is pointless.
Exactly.
You gonna talk about where we got those words of wisdom from?
We'd like to shout out our sponsor, the AI Inspirobot.
Yes. It gives us all the wisdom we need for life.
Inspirobot is a nice little robot that randomly generates inspiring quotes, and I think my favorite one so far is Rob Yoga. What was it?
It was something about robbing a yoga class.
Yeah, so me and Matt have decided tomorrow we're pulling up to a yoga class, and we're telling them to put their limberness in the bag.
Yeah, I could really use that limberness.
Yeah.
I've been feeling old lately.
Matt stands up and groans about 6 times and complains about his back like a 40-year-old man.
Here's another quote from Inspirobot. This one's my favorite. Birth is a hoax.
It's very true.
Yes.
And insectoids can't run a company.
Yes. Inspirobot is run by humans.
Yes, only human. We're going to continue on a little chronicle that we've already had in this previous podcast. We like to call this the Crackhead Chronicles.
Yes.
So we were driving back from a lacrosse game.
Oh yeah, shout out to our good friends Nick and Matt for doing a good job at lacrosse.
Y'all lost, but at least you won today, like 22-1.
Yeah.
That's good.
But in the game that you guys did lose, you guys were the best players on the
It's
field.
true, even though, Matt, you got completely cross-checked.
Oh, yeah.
And you flew. But it was fun to watch. And we had about, 10 people there, and only about 3 of them knew what was actually going on.
Yeah.
So it was fun hearing a bunch of fans go, "Hit him in the temple! Kick him in the shins! Tear his Achilles!" But to the whole point of the story, the Crackhead Chronicles. We're
Yes.
driving back from this field. It's about 16 minutes from our undisclosed location. We're cruising. I'm following someone because I don't have the directions back because I didn't want to put it in my phone because we were going to a wing stop. So I was like, oh, I'll just cruise behind him. He passes right through yellow that's been yellow for a while. And I'm like, well, damn, I've got to go. So I kind of hit it. And I look to my side. And the only light on this person on the side of the road is from the street lights.
Yes.
And I just see someone wailing on something.
Yeah, so I actually saw that before you did, because before we went through the light, I looked and I'm like, what is that? Because I just saw the silhouette of a guy just punching nothingness. But then whenever we drove by, our car light hit it a little. And did you see that he had a bucket with a stick sticking out?
No, I did not.
It looked like he was trying to hit that, but I don't.
Just severely missing?
Yeah.
Honestly, Rocky Balboa should have trained like this.
Oh, yeah.
Because this man was going off. He was releasing at least 6 punches per second. And it was getting pretty intense. He was throwing his body weight so hard that every punch turned him another direction.
So, I got a story to tell you guys.
Alrighty, let's hear it.
This story is based off a show, a very famous show. So, the show, who here has heard of Nibiru? I'm pretty sure none of you, and also you guys can't answer. However,
Yeah, that's a good point.
however, it was created in the year 1995. It's an event that a scientist came up with, saying that he got aliens to transmit the idea to him through telepathic means. Now, this event is about the destruction of the planet Earth. It's where a planet called Planet X passes so close by that it distorts the gravitational field of Earth, resulting in a bunch of tides and yada yada happening, killing 90% of the population. He estimated it would happen in the year 2003. It never happened. However, he just kind of pushed back the date. The plot of it is 5,000 years ago, Nibiru came by the planet Earth. And it actually was all 9 planets aligned. And then this one was at the very end, creating a 10-planet alignment, resulting in the gravitational field being so distorted that time and space were like broken, allowing beings from other dimensions to come to Earth. But the problem was they could not bring their physical form, so they had to take new physical forms. They took the forms of animals. They protected Earth for like a couple generations.
Why are they protecting Earth?
Because they're good things. Good aliens.
That doesn't exist.
It exists.
All aliens are bad.
But that
Obama is a lizard folk. Sorry.
Okay.
It's a Nibiru.
Yes. So these beings were called Anunnaki.
Oh, I've actually heard of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That sounds super familiar.
I think it has to do with like Babylonian stuff.
Yeah. Shit, yeah. No, I've heard of this theory.
Okay, but yeah, so they came, that's where like all of the gods come from, like the Egyptian gods.
Yeah.
And the Chinese, all of those ones, the animal gods. But what happened was 5,000 years ago, whenever they came, an evil one came with them. So they worked together to trap this evil one in a crystal sarcophagus. But all of these gods, or aliens, or whatever you want to call them, had children that were hyper-intelligent animals with the ability to speak. So this show takes place, and it's all like, every generation, this evil alien has been manipulating groups together of 4 teenagers and a talking animal to try to free him from his prison. And they've all failed because he's evil and he kind of corrupts their souls and yada yada. And the animal always betrays the group. So now it's modern time, and there's the new group called Mystery Incorporated, where their animal is a talking dog named Scooby-Doo. And it's a pretty good show.
Yeah, this entire build-up was for a fucking Scooby-Doo TV show.
Cartoon show.
I don't think y'all can hear that, but the timer just went off. You know what that means, Matt?
Movie review.
What movie did we watch?
We watched Chickadee, Chickadee, Bang, Bang.
What year was it made?
I actually don't know.
We'll call it 1960s.
Maybe it's 1963, same year as Jason and the Argonauts.
If it was, that's insane, because the production quality was so much different. Also, It was a musical, so I absolutely hate it. So, the movie, just scraping the surface, little plot details here. All children in Bulgaria are illegal. They revolted. Cars can fly, float, and drive. And if you want to become rich, make candy for dogs that they can whistle out of. Does that sound about right?
Yeah. However, the whole thing was really just a story that a dad was telling his children. In reality, there was no Bulgarian uprising of the children.
Which is insane. I thought it was so real.
No.
I was so wrapped in this cinematic universe. Marvel had nothing on it. This man's storytelling, gorgeous.
It is 1968.
Ooh. So it's got about 5 years on Jason?
Yeah.
Huh.
It got a 6.9 on IMDb.
What a great number.
No, I'm going to do a fun poll. Leave your answer in the comments.
Let's hear it, boys.
Who's cooler, me or Colby?
Ooh, you might start a civil war here, Matt.
Oh.
Be careful. I'm going to have all the goofers, and you're going to have all the gangers.
Dude, just let you know, I don't think this will start a civil war. I think this is just the beginning to a huge buildup that will span maybe 2-3 movies before we finally break apart. Oh yeah, let's make a Goof Gang movie. You're hearing it first right now, Goof Gangers. Our 8 a.m. And by 8, I mean not 8 in terms of hours, but in terms of minutes. Our 8 a.m. idea, Goof Gang movie. It's going to be about you and me. We're going to get Tall Boy Ryan for our longtime viewers who would recognize him. We're going to get him to dress up as a Nazi, and we're going to end racism. Well, Goof Gang, I think it's about that time of the night. Yes, time for us to go to sleep and sleep a long time.
Alright, this has been a scuffed podcast.
Yeah.
This one will probably go in the archives for a bit, but
No, it's gonna be good. We'll cut it down. Take out like the 10 minutes of just nothingness and make it into just me talking about Scooby-Doo for 5 minutes.
oh boy. Alright, signing out. Signing out.
Yeah, signing out.
Colby,
What?
with our powers combined, we
Why
are
are you saying it?
Goof Gang.
No.